What's going on, guys? It's me, McSteady, coming out of YouTube retirement. I simply couldn't help myself. I had to come on here and post my opinions. This is in regards to the Gears of War Eday multiplayer betas. So let's hop right in. Beta weekend 1 was an absolute blast. It was so much fun. You could have fun solo. You could have fun with your friends. It was an overall positive experience. Like, yeah, sure, it's a beta, and there was some things, some glitches, some things that could be tweaked, but overall a very positive experience. Then comes beta weekend 2, and it was immediately apparent something was very wrong. You hop on and all you hear is the Lancers firing. Like, you don't even have to be in the match. You just hear them firing. Everybody's crossing. Everyone's playing this boring, skillless, effortless Call of Duty style gameplay, and it is going to kill the game. It's horrible. So, beta weekend 1, I spent like 10 plus hours on the game. Beta weekend 2, I was out after like 3 games. So, I think I spent like a half an hour, 45 minutes on the game, and I won't be touching the game again. So, for the better half of the last decade, I've been playing Gears of War 4. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not playing another 10 years of this crossing meta. It feels so bad. It's boring. It takes no skill. It's basically Call of Duty. It's horrible. So, and I guarantee the casuals or anyone trying out the game for the first time is gonna be like, "What the hell is this? This feels horrible." A good analogy I thought of is everyone's played Halo. So imagine you're playing a game and your shields are broken 24/7. You're hearing do, your screen's flashing red. That's what playing Gears 4, Gears 3, and now Eday feels like. It feels horrible. These new players are not going to put up with that. They're going to say, this feels bad to play, and they're going to stop playing it. Another stupid point people like to bring up is they say, oh, just think back to Gears 3. Gears 3 had all these oppressive, super overpowered rifles, and that was the meta. So we should bring that back, and that was the peak of the series. And I'm sitting there like, okay, yeah, campaign was great, horde, beast mode was peak, but the multiplayer, did these people even play Gears 3 day one? Because I was there and I clearly remember having a million players on the game the first week. It had a counter, you could see exactly how many players were playing, and then I think 2 months later, the game was at like 50K. And the reason why is because everyone got on the dog shit, god awful multiplayer, and they realized, holy crap, it's just Call of Duty. It's just Lancers and Retros and Hammerbursts. They all quit the game. Nobody played the game. The game died within like 2 months. And that's another thing. Like, we need to change. We need to change. Since 2011, the Lancer and Crossing meta has been the meta. Like, yeah, it's a shotgun centered game, centric, I should say. But the Lancers and the Crossing has always been the meta. And then people are sitting there like, we need to change, we need to change. Change to what? Change to a Lancer meta? We've been playing that for the last 20 years. We need to change to a Gnasher centric game, like where the Gnasher is the focus and the Lancer's a support weapon. And the worst part is, somebody over there at TC has their hand on the pulse. And Beta Weekend 1, they knew. They knew the Lancer's meant to be a support weapon. And of course, all these whiny crybaby Lancer lovers, they got on there and said, oh, we need to keep Gears the same. We need to keep this Lancer strong. Because that's all they know how to do. That's the difference between a Gnasher player and a Lancer player. A Gnasher player will use the Lancer if they're forced to, like we've been forced to Gears 3, 4, or 5, Eday now. But a Lancer user will not offer the same flexibility. Like, they do not want to touch the Gnasher at all. And if you're thinking that way, if you're thinking, I'm going to go into this game and I'm not going to touch the Gnasher, just get off Gears. You're a fucking loser. Just get off Gears and go play Call of Duty. Because think about it, Gears of War is the only shotgun focused shooter game out on the market. If you want to play some brain dead, recoilless assault rifle game, go play Rogue Company, go play Call of Duty. Like Gears of War is successful because of the Gnasher, and a lot of people need to just come to terms with that. There's so much skill expression and nuance with the Gnasher, and it really ties into the movement just so perfectly. Like up A, back A, reaction shot. Um, the movement ties in with the Gnasher gunplay so well. And it just baffles my mind that people are against wall bouncing, they're against Gnasher. Like in the gameplay in the back, you're gonna notice I'm barely wall bouncing. In fact, I'm testing out the Lancer, and obviously I got a bunch of easy kills with it, and you don't even feel good when you get a Lancer kill. You just feel like shit, like damn, I just ruined that guy's experience on the game. Um, there's no satisfaction at all. Whereas when you get a Gnasher kill, you said, nice, I outplayed that guy. You know, I moved a little better than him. I had better aim, etc. And where Lancer gameplay is just you stand still or you're hiding in the back, hiding behind cover, just spamming the Lancer, this recoilless, gutless, pathetic gun. It's really sad that people enjoy that kind of gameplay and they're trying to change gears. The only shotgun focused game into a Call of Duty assault rifle game. It's honestly pathetic. Another point I want to bring up is TC actually has this other playstyle in mind. So they've put weapons on the map. They've put two retros on market, two hammer bursts on outpost. And if you want these easy assault rifle style kills, go pick those weapons up. Like they've put them on the map. But these Lancer purists are so lazy that the thought of not being able to pick up their retro or, somebody else takes it or they're just simply too lazy to go pick up the gun. They're so entitled that they want to have an overpowered rifle on their back. It's insane that they're still complaining when these rifles are on the map. And let me tell you, the Retro Lancer is about the most powerful weapon in the game. It's like a Vulcan, but you're not weighted down by it. Like you have full movement capability, capacity. And it's insanity that these people are still complaining. Another thing, weapons you can cross with. So we're starting to get up there. This is only the beta, and weapons you can cross with include the Lancer, the Retro Hammerburst, Snub, Vulcan. So this is the beta, and there's already 5 long-range assault rifle crossing style weapons on the maps. And, that's not even taking into account things like the snipe. So you've got all these oppressive long-range options. It's like how much more? The game is balanced 90% crossing and 10% Gnasher, like 10% close quarters combat. It is absolute insanity that we're seeing people complaining still. I'm not sure if I emphasized this point earlier, so I'll reiterate it now. In order for Eday to be successful, the Lancer, the starting rifle, needs to be classified as a support weapon and its damage needs to be tuned around multiple Lancers firing upon a single target. It needs to take into account people setting up at hills and team firing on people trying to push the hill because there is nothing more unfun than trying to push a hill and just getting blasted. Your shields are broken. Your forward, the Crimson Omen, is bright red on your screen. You're going down. Your team can't push. There's nothing more aggravating, frustrating. The only reason I put up with it for so long in Gears 4 is because Gears 4 actually had movement, and the movement was addicting, and that's why I kept playing that game for so long. If the movement was shit, kind of like how Eday's is. Like, I'm not saying Eday's movement is shit, but if the movement wasn't there, I wouldn't have played Gears 4 as much as I did. And I played a hell of a lot of that game. I played, like, I think over 150 days in the multiplayer, which is quite embarrassing, but it's what happened. It's in the past. It just goes to show how much movement can help the game. Anyway, I'm getting off point. So the final thing I want to say today before I end the video is I kind of want to speak to the Lancer purists directly. I kind of want to extend an olive branch here because at the end of the day, you're a human, I'm a human, and we're both playing this amazing franchise that we love. So I've got a great idea. How about we leave the Lancer damage as it is, weekend 2, so you can still have your 1v1s with us Gnasher users. However, somehow, some way, TC implements a dynamic Lancer damage system where if there's more than one Lancer damaging someone, the damage is nerfed so that it's not an instant down, you're not instantly getting melted. Yeah, so this would allow for those 1v1 fights where it's Gnasher versus Lancer player, which would be actually kind of cool now that I think about it. And it would eliminate the problem of multiple Lancers team shotting you and creating this horrible experience that we've been playing. Gears 3, Gears 4, Gears 5 presumably. I didn't play that. But let me know what you think. I just had to put this together real quick, and because nobody's talking about it, and a lot of people are just bringing up weird points that don't make any sense, so I might react to some stuff. Probably not. I just wanted to get this out there because I actually care about this game, and otherwise I'm gonna have to find like a different game to play. So hopefully that doesn't happen. However, I hope you enjoyed. Take care. Bye bye.